What's up, guys? Scotty2Hockey here, aka the average hockey fan, once again. But first off, before I even get into talking about any hockey, I would like to say, let's go Raptors. We the North up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors. Bring that title home across the border to Canada. They can do it. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Kawhi. But let's get back into the hockey talk, guys. This is my first video in my 5-part series I have coming out of potential players the Montreal Canadiens could take at the 15th pick in this year's draft. And the very first guy I would like to talk about, Alex Newhook. He's an offensive dynamo out of the BCHL playing for the Victoria Grizzlies, was the CJHL MVP, over 32 teams, 2,000 players. This guy was the MVP of it, over a point-a-game player in the World Junior Championships under 18s this year. An offensive dynamo for sure. When I list his stats, you guys will see why. But as for Alex Newhook, I also have to mention before I go into Alex Newhook's stats, if he were to get drafted by the Montreal Canadiens, he is committed to Boston College next year. So if he were to get drafted, the odds are he wouldn't play in Montreal next year anyways, but he's definitely not going to play in Montreal next year. He has to play a year in the NCAA. Then I would assume he would either come over to Laval or go straight to Montreal, depending on how good he does in the NCAA and how good he looks in development camp. But Alex Newhook, one of the best all-around centers in the draft. He could be a steal if he were to drop to the 15th pick. What he lacks in size, he more than makes up for with heart, fearless play, grittiness, and determination. He possesses excellent speed, is a great puck carrier, seems to be a lot better with the puck on his stick, has good creativity, and a very accurate wrist shot. His offensive upside, without a doubt, outweighs his defensive upside, but he still has solid defense for sure, with good stick work, aggression, and willingness to engage in physical play. All this being said, if he were to get drafted by Montreal at the 15th pick, I, along with many other fans, I'm sure would be more than pleased. He may be a year or two away from actually playing in the NHL. He definitely needs to use a bit of growth. He is by no means a big player, but for sure has future top 6 potential. Whether or not it's at center, only time will tell. He's currently a center in junior, but I see he projects to be more of a winger in the NHL, a top 6 scoring winger in my opinion. And he has just as more assists than he has goals, but he seems to be a shoot-first guy to me. Like what I've seen of his highlights and what I've seen of him in the World Junior under 18s, he seems to be the type of guy, and if he's in the other team zone and he gets the puck on his stick, he's looking to score. He's looking to drive to the net. He will set up a player if they're open, but he's a shoot-first, score-first mentality for sure. Once you see him play, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's 5'11", 185 pounds. He's only 18 years old. His position is center, and he was born in St. John's, Newfoundland, my hometown where I'm from. So like I say, there's definitely a little bit of bias there. Would love to see this guy thrive in the NHL someday. We don't have a lot of great NHL players from Newfoundland in the NHL, so I would like to see a few more get in there. Danny Cleary, Michael Ryder. It's a short list for sure, guys. In the league, he comes out of the BCHL. He played for the Victoria Grizzlies, and I'll get into his totals. Very impressive totals for this kid. In 2018, 2019, in 53 games played, had 38 goals, tacked on 64 assists with that for 102 points, about 1.8 points a game, something like that. Great totals, even at the junior level. In the World Junior under 18s this year, he was over a point a game. He had 7 games played, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. Nothing but good things to say about Newhook. Not a lot of holes in his game. Mainly what he needs to work on is he needs to work on getting a little bit bigger. I'd like to see him get up to about 200 pounds, maybe 210 by the time he comes into the NHL. He's 185 now, still growing. He needs to mature a little bit more. There are things with the fundamentals that he needs to learn. He's not just ready to jump right into the NHL, which is why he's committed to college. I think it's a smart move for this kid. I think a year for him in the NCAA, he could come into the NHL in 2020, 2021, looking like the next Ryan Poehling, like that type of prospect for sure. So I like Newhook's game for sure. I think he would be a steal at the 15th pick, and he's from St. John's, Newfoundland. So personally, as a Newfoundlander, having a Newfoundlander play for the Montreal Canadiens makes me excited for sure. And I first heard about this guy from my buddy Talking Habs with Rick, so shout out to Talking Habs with Rick. Check out his channel. He's great for sure. And I have 4 more videos coming out of potential picks the Montreal Canadiens could take at the 15th spot. I have 2 centers, a left-handed defenseman, and another right-handed defenseman. I know Montreal Canadiens are stacked at the right side, but the right-handed defenseman, I think Montreal could take at the 15th pick. I don't want to say he's going to slip to the 15th pick because I believe he's ranked just around 15th or above it. Definitely has upside that could pay off down the road. So that's just the average hockey fan's opinion. Alex Newhook, potential 15th pick for the Montreal Canadiens in this year's draft. A scoring, shooting center. Excellent player for sure, guys. Anyways, this is Scotty 2 Hockey, a.k.a. the average hockey fan. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell for my upcoming videos. Have a great day, folks. Over and out.